3-3. So Joe really wants the Cubs to win this game right now, as every manager would. But if you look at the bullpen situation, that 3-pitch inning by Aroldis Chapman could loom very large. He's used Wood. He's used Smith. He's used Grimm. Chapman's going to probably come back for the 10th, right? After throwing 3 pitches if needed, because you've got Mike Montgomery left. They've been very careful with Carl Edwards Jr., and he pitched last night. So if he's not available, Mike Montgomery might be it.
Yeah. Montgomery's starting to warm up now. It just depends on where they are with running Chapman back out there for a second inning.
Well, the fact that Montgomery's playing catch would lead you to believe that he would pitch the 10th, and he could give you a few innings. But
yeah, and I think it goes back to like we talked about earlier with Rondon, and there's no real sense of urgency. This is back-to-back days for Chapman. So they may be thinking, yeah, it was an awfully quick inning, but one and done is good.
Song 1-0. And it's 1-1 on David Ross.
It's his best pitch. You've got a swing and miss slider.
So because of the bullpen situation, and we've seen this before, this could affect how Joe manages this 9th inning. He might be more aggressive than he normally would, because I don't think he's looking at a possible 13-14 inning game. Strike 3. Baez will get a big hand after the defense, and is quickly becoming one of Wrigley Field's favorites.
You know he's going to come out of his shoes at least once in this at bat.
Right there, and he fouled back.
Had a pitch. It's been tough to hit. Batting average below 200 for both right and left-handed batters.
Is their closer, and Matheny using him in a tie game to try to get this into extras, and he might be looking across at Joe's bullpen and deciding to use his closer early for that reason. I like the closer on the road in a tie game. A lot of managers like to save them. Back-to-back Ks for O.
Well, and that's why I like multiple options late in game. I like to have the option to turn the ball over to somebody else. You know, if you do use your closer on the road in a tie game, it's nice to hand the ball to a guy who's been out there picking up a save or two along the way in the 9th inning.
And the idea of using your closer earlier is that you may never get that lead to use him later. Second outing in as many days, but 5-pitch inning last night against the Reds, and he had not pitched in 5 days before that. He's looking nasty here tonight.
Yeah, he's just the spin on his slider. Hitters just have a real hard time picking it up.
Two and one.
He's 34 years of age. Long career in Korea and Japan. Earned the nickname Stone Buddha.
We will go to the 10th. Oh, strikes out the side.
I'm a big fan of my Bank of America mobile banking app. I can manage my accounts, deposit checks, get alerts, pay my bills, and more. I'm a big fan of this team, too. In fact, I tried out to be the mascot. Apparently, I'm overqualified. I do not have an overbite.
In the beginning, there was the original White Castle chicken ring. And now we're introducing the new pretzel chicken ring. Made with delicious all-white meat, they're crispy, shareable, and extremely dippable. The ring is the thing. In fact, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Mission accomplished. I ordered ahead. Pickup for Mike.
20 chicken rings for just $4.99. Only at White Castle.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
Online check?
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Save time every time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Extra innings are presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, feed your wild side.
Well, this is almost unfair for Mike Montgomery. He has not been out there in a while, but that's the nature of the beast. Having a very nice year with the Mariners before being traded over here to the Cubs. Overall 3-5 with a 262.
Wilson Contreras now catching. Yeah, thought Joe might consider riding Chapman for another inning after throwing just 3 pitches in the ninth, but as you said, just keeping the closer to 1 and done.
And I think just given the nature of the standings, again, no real sense of urgency, and that's a challenge for a manager too, because everybody has that competitive edge, and you get into a game like this, and you tend to want to push guys if you think they're the right guy for the job. But big picture, probably makes sense to move on from Chapman here tonight.
Ground ball to Zobrist off the bat of Carpenter. 1 out. Piscotty.
This is just Mike's 3rd appearance with the Cubs. Or check that, 5th appearance with the Cubs, first since July 31st. Worked a couple times in that series here against the Mariners, his former club.
Shortstop Russell. Cubs are 4-3 in extras. Cardinals 2-2, just their 5th extra innings game. Cubs are looking for their 10th consecutive win. Something they haven't pulled off in a season since 2001. Takes a strike. Nobody up in the Cardinal pen. Oh, needed 14 pitches to get through the ninth.
Yeah, and so from the Cardinals' perspective, definitely a sense of urgency, so they're going to ask a little bit more. Whoa.
Did that get his helmet or the bat or his hand or a little bit of a combination? He is in pain. I'm not sure, though, he's going to be given first base. Ron Kulpa has not yet made a signal. Matheny's more concerned about the health of Holiday.
You can definitely hear bat, but I'm guessing you got the hand as well. Either that or Holiday's worthy of an Academy Award.
Boy, it looked like maybe the hand and the bat as he let go of the bat kind of rattled around there, and he was deemed to have been hit by that pitch. Chris Bosio will head to the mound.
Much is he? He's coming out.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's done. So I'm sure they'll do some x-rays, make sure nothing's broken. That can be a very dangerous situation. That hand area, and they've had a lot of hand issues, right, with Peralta and Diaz.
Yeah.
Jeremy Hazelbaker will run for him.
Didn't Yachty? Wasn't that what he dealt with last year? Thumb or wrist?
Yep.
Cardinals don't run much at all. They've only stolen 26 bases all year. They've been caught 19 times, so they've not been stealing many bases, and they have not been particularly efficient when they try. Hazelbaker 5 out of 7.
Breaker for a strike.
Got a good touch on that curveball tonight for, having not been out there for a while. A good feel for the breaking pitch. He throws the cutter slider as well as the curveball and the change. The curveball is his best secondary pitch. Mike originally drafted by the Kansas City Royals 2008. He was a supplemental pick after the first round, number 36 overall. Traded from the Royals to the Rays, all as a minor leaguer.
Back-to-back curves to get ahead 1-2.
Reached the big leagues with the Mariners last year, made 16 starts, won 4-6 with a 460 earned run average.
Contreras will fire to first, and Hazelbaker back safely. Cardinals led 2-0. Cubs led 3-2. St. Louis tied it. Pinch hit home run Randall Grichuk in the 7th. No runs since. Yes, the Cubs took the lead on a 2-out bunt single by David Ross. It was a wild bottom of the 6th. 3-2.
Rizzo will move behind Hazelbaker at first. And he'll be going with the pitch.
Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. Montgomery with a scoreless 10th.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Hey, buddy. Huh? Come smell those flowers.
Don't be shy. Come on.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Tools are only as good as the hands behind them. That's true on the mound and at Firestone Complete Auto Care. To keep your car running newer, longer, you can trust the ASE certified technicians at Firestone Complete Auto Care.
As a plastic surgeon, it pains me to say this. I wouldn't change a thing.
Handsomely redesigned front fascia, one of over 100 improvements on the new 2016 Mitsubishi Outlander. Come in now and get $500 cash back and 0% APR.
Jamie Foxx here for Verizon. Did you know Verizon has more than 3 times the 4G LTE coverage of Sprint?
And I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint. Pretty much the same coverage if you squint.
You are not Jamie Foxx. Sprint is last nationally in 4G LTE coverage.
Well, who's gonna notice?
What about the left side of the country, huh? This part of Texas, California, New York, etc.
Don't get fooled by cut-rate networks. Get the best. And now get up to 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs for just $150. Only on Verizon.
There's no animosity. Don't take it wrong. It's just, I think it's called respect. You know, a lot of respect from us to them, from me to them, based on a tremendous tradition that they've built up. And also, I think that, again, I've talked about that before, it should bring out the best in everybody, them and us. If you can't get up for playing these particular games, then just, you know, do something else.
Yep, well said by Joe Madden. You go back a year ago today, and the Cubs were a distant 8.5 out. And right in the kind of the early stages of their great 2-month run to end the season. And the Cardinals were on their way to a 100-win campaign. Oh, against Bryant. Bottom 10, swing and a miss. Fouled off first base side, out of play. There it is. Still 0-2.
Molina clearly has trust in O's ability to make that pitch with a fastball inside.
O's 1-2. Ball hit out of play, off to the right. Three tie, bottom of the 10th. Earlier today, the Rockies beat the Rangers 12-9 in Arlington. Rookie David Dahl, an outfielder, has tied a modern-day record. He's got a 17-game hitting streak to start his career. These two teams will be right back at it tomorrow afternoon. Broken bat roller to first. Carpenter's got it. Close at first. Save. Bryant with a head first slide.
Cardinals will likely challenge this one.
We will have a Forsythe Technology replay review.
The feet of Carpenter, the hand of Bryant. Who gets there first? It looked like Bryant beat him. It's a play where both individuals, if they stay upright, are going to get there a little bit faster, but you run the risk of a huge collision if that is the case.
I don't think it's overturnable.
No. This might give you a little different look.
Wow.
They're going to have to look at that one frame by frame. I don't think you can overturn that.
No, I don't.
And I don't think it had been called the other way. You could have overturned it either.
Pretty important call. Cubs could have the winning run on base with nobody out. Safe. A respected 90.
He sells out of the box. Headlong dive. Great hustle play by Bryant. His second hit of the night.
The fact that his bat broke helped him. Slowed down that roller to Carpenter. All right, so Peralta is covering the entire left side of the infield.
No, I don't bunt.
Okay. Didn't even have to ask. Well, Peralta moves in. He's right at the edge of the grass. Rizzo takes the ball off the inside edge.
The only time a bunt would be called for here is if Anthony was just absolutely scuffling and he felt really bad in the box and he didn't see the ball well off a particular pitcher. Otherwise, you want him trying to drive the ball.
Lefty Zach Duke in their bullpen. Their outfield alignment, by the way, Moss is in left, Hazelbaker center, Piscotty right. Moss started the game in right. Piscotty was in center. Peralta backs up. 3-0. Two-game swing tonight. Cubs will be up either 13 or 11 on the Cardinals. .30 swing and line foul. And Anthony cracked his bat.
And same deal there with Rizzo, the hitter, 3-0. They're going to turn him loose, give him a chance to win the ball game.
Popped him up. Peralta. First out. Now Zobrist.
For 3 plus a walk tonight for Ben. He's been swinging it well lately. .333 over his last 19 games.
It's by Bryant on his way to second. No throw by Molina. Winning run at second.
Trying to go down and away, and just pulls that ball all the way across the plate. Molina not able to get over and block it. Tries to pick it, can't do it. Winning run in scoring position. Hitters count for Zobrist. Things aligning nicely here for the Cubs.
Back-to-back 3-0 counts. He came back to get Rizzo, but he walks Zobrist. It's not the worst result for O once Bryant got to second.
Yeah, and I think that was the approach once he fell behind Zobrist with the base open. Fresh start with a new count. He always has that look of calm about him in these big situations.
Well, this has been his ballpark. You're right. Steps off.
And his outfield tightens up a little bit here with the winning run on second base and 1 out.
Swing and a miss. That is a nasty slider. Got him. It's his money pitch. He's got 4 strikeouts here in these 2 innings, and now it's Hayward with 2 outs, winning run at second. And here we go, the pitch. Up. Here's second base, and it's caught by Jerko as Zobrist came together with, I believe, Garcia near the bag. So that's the inning. We go to the 11th, 3-3.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Hey guys,
Yeah?
check it out. Flashlight.
Air horn. Go.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
200 million watching history be made. 2 million making their own. 5 seconds gained. And a nomination won. When it counts, the biggest moments count on Comcast Business. With $5,000 of NBC coverage for the games. Over 900 miles of fiber laid for the Democratic National Convention. 40 pit stalls monitored at once for NASCAR. And 10 terabytes of data transferred for the big game at Levi's Stadium. We know what it takes to connect millions. Imagine what Comcast can do for your business.
Our mountains challenge us. Push us back. Knock us down. Tell us it can't be done. But then, one day you reach the summit, and you realize the harder the climb, the better the reward. Coors Light, whatever your mountain, climb on.
Presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, feed your wild side. Great to have you with us. Dramatic ball game tonight, 3-3 as we go to the 11th. Zobrist and Garcia coming together at second base, but it was Jerko to make the play. And Montgomery out for his second inning of work.
Wood, Smith, Grimm, Chapman have all worked out of the Cubs bullpen along with Montgomery tonight.
Called strike to Molina. First time since 2008 he missed the All-Star team. Probably enjoyed the break toward the middle, and a base hit. That's his third hit here tonight. Did we call that a seeing eye single?
Yeah, he just kind of nudged that one up the middle. RBI single in the first off Anthony Rizzo's glove. Double in the fourth, and now this leadoff knock. Nothing going on in the Cardinal bullpen.
Neither bullpen is busy. Peralta. Breaking ball strike.
Maybe Mike Matheny figures, well, I was probably down for a couple days anyway. I might as well keep riding them.
0-2. Update on Matt Holliday other than he is getting x-rays on his right hand after getting hit by a pitch, and he walked down to first and then exited in that 10th inning.
You've got to be careful not to leave that off-speed pitch up in a 2-strike count. Long, hot night at the ballpark. Not many have left.
Phone says it's 86 degrees. Called strike 3. So it's just about as warm as it was when we started. That's his second strikeout. And it brings up Jerko.
Gotta be careful with this guy.
Yeah, low average and on base, but he can slug. Ball got out of the Cardinal pen. So time called.
He's hit 8 home runs since July 18th. Tied for second best in Major League Baseball. Hit home runs at both ends of a doubleheader twice in July.
John Lackey is up in the bullpen for the second time in a couple of weeks in extras.
And now there is action in the Cardinal bullpen. It looks like Zach Duke warming.
Chopper foul. Two and two.
Travis Wood has already pitched and left the ball game, so we know he can't go play left field and then come in and pitch. That's not going to happen here tonight.
Rondon is on the active roster, but not available. Looks like Joe wants to stay away from Carl Edwards Jr., who worked last night. Molina will hold at first. He knows about the kid's arm. He's not going to test it.
The arm and the feet. Contreras so quick pouncing on balls.
It's the kind of night you tell Hector, don't even go down to the bullpen.
It's also the kind of night we say, Hector, why on earth are you wearing a hoodie? He's a slave to fashion.
Recognized Lackey when he got up to throw because those pant bottoms hiked up to the kneecaps. Close, didn't get it. 3-2, and he walked him on the payoff pitch. Good at bat by Jerko. Turns into no at bat. Real free and easy out there as he's getting loose. We'll have a pinch runner here. Is this Mike Leake for Molina? Yep.
Yeah, he's there, Travis Wood. Very good athlete.
catcher is Alberto Rosario. Brian Pena's on the disabled list. Leake is the scheduled starter Sunday night against John Lackey. Blocked by Contreras. 2-0 on Garcia.
Colton Wong out on deck.
Hey, we're not even in September yet. Well, we'd be looking at, 11th reliever and 8th pinch hitter for each team. Throw to second, hits Leake. Meantime, 3-0 on the batter.
Pickoff attempt could have been suggested by Chris Bosio when he went out there. It's not like you need to encourage Wilson Contreras to throw to the bases.
Right. Swing and a miss. He's back in it. Full count, 3-2.
Garcia's got a pretty discerning eye. He takes a lot of walks, so you're going to have to make a pitch here unless he just gets a little jumpy. That's the moment, get the best of him.
He struck him out. Nice comeback by Montgomery.
He did indeed make a pitch on the plate, bottom of the knees to get Garcia.
Colton Wong off the bench.
Yeah, Ron Culpa's working hard back there tonight. I mean, it's a hot night for that umpire. Getting down with every pitch.
Ball gets away and both runners advance. Now the Cubs are out of bullpen. They've got Soler and Montero available on their bench. When we go to the bottom of this inning and Rosario comes in to catch, that'll be the entire position player bench for Mike Matheny. He's in better shape in his bullpen than is Joe Madden. Almost hit him. Long spending some time back in the minor leagues this season. He's there for less than 2 weeks. As he walks, and they're loaded. That is not ideal with a guy like Carpenter on deck.
No, one of the toughest at-bats in the game. One out of 5 tonight. Check out those numbers.
He's due to make an out. The pitch to Carpenter is in for a strike. There are your runners. Leak at third, Jerko at second, Wong at first.
Carpenter, one of the better two-strike hitters in the game.
Contreras knocked it down. There's those quick feet you were talking about.
Jack be nimble.
Contreras making sure he and Montgomery are on the same page. Three tie, 11th inning. The 1-2 to Carpenter. He struck him out. Excellent work by Mike Montgomery. He hasn't been used very often since he became a Cub, but 2 scoreless innings. And we go to the bottom of the 11th. Still knotted up at 3 apiece.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true. Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Or get this low-mileage lease on this 2016 Terrain SLE1 for around $199 per month for 24 months. GMC. We are professional grade.
Whoa, what is this? A notebook? What you need is a 2-in-1 laptop with the speed of Intel's 6th Gen Core processor. Best Buy's Blue Shirts make it easy to get back to school with the best tech. Tech to impress at Best Buy.
I joined Binny's in 1955. A winning team needs experience.
No, the Binny's team needs youth.
Guys, a great team needs both. That's why Binny's has been #1 in Chicago since 1948.
Ah, I should tweet that.
Rookie.
What? What?
The new DQ Royal Blizzard lineup with delicious fudge, marshmallow, or strawberry filling hidden inside. That's what. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
Extra innings are presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, feed your wild side. Veteran left-hander Zach Duke is on for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 11th. He was acquired from the Chicago White Sox on the final day of July.
Duke's been around a long time now. Came up as a starting pitcher for the Pirates. Rosario now into catch.
Duke is tied for the major league lead in appearances. 58 coming in, so this will be number 59 if my math is correct.
It's good work, yeah. Good ciphering.
10 straight scoreless appearances, including 5 with his new team. Contreras at the plate for the first time tonight, takes a strike.
That Duke finesse guy, lots of sinkers. Looking to coax ground balls.
Young Molly DeJeter is up late, hoping the Cubs can pull this one out. Turning 5 today. Happy birthday, Molly. 1-1. That'll drop for a base hit. Contreras is on to start the 11th. Jorge Soler.
Brandon Hyde immediately in the ear of Contreras down there at first base, giving him the lowdown on Zach Duke.
Soler batting for Montgomery. A lot of incentive to win this game right now. Well, John Lackey will have to work in the 12th. Tap foul.
Find something you can get airborne here if you're Soler. He's been impressive since coming off the disabled list.
Jonathan Broxton.
Soler has made 4 starts since coming off the DL. He's hit safely in all 4 of them. A couple of home runs in that series in Oakland.
Fouled right at the plate. Marlins idle. Cardinals trying to jump a half a game ahead of them. The second wild card spot. Pirates a 4-0 winner over the Padres earlier. So they're 2 games back. Mets are 3 out after they got swept by Arizona. Foul pop up over near the Cardinal dugout and no play.
Jamison Taillon for the Pirates tonight with 8 shutout innings.
has the sign from Rosario. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Contreras, the runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Tap foul to Baez, the on-deck hitter. Gary Pressey staying alive.
Why doesn't he play downtown?
Another one foul.
Or perhaps Quando.
Another 3-2. This will be a fair ball, and Soler's going to reach. 2 on, nobody out.
Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Little flare off the end of the bat for Contreras to get it started. Now Soler with a swinging bunt base hit. And Zach Duke thinking, what did I do to deserve this? It'll be Broxton for Baez. Again, hanging in there, putting the ball in play. We saw it earlier with a little chop single, infield single that Hayward had back in the 6th. Put it in play. Well, maybe it won't be Broxton.
Entire Cardinal infield out on the mound as Matheny talks strategy.
Yeah, so here's the situation from Matheny's point of view. You've got Baez up there who has worn out left-handed pitching this year. That's got to scare you a little bit. But Duke's probably his best chance of getting a ground ball double play in this situation. And Duke probably better equipped to make a play on a bunt for you than Broxton. That's a question for Joe. Do you take the bat out of Baez's hands with all the damage he's done against left-handed pitching this year?
Carpenter and Peralta pulled in. Cardinals thinking they're going to bunt. Baez, however, takes a strike. Perfectly placed by Duke. The Mother's Day Marathon against the Nationals ended with a Baez home run. Blake Treinen.
And he might put the bunt on now. Nope.
They will appeal, and he held, according to Chris Conroy. And Gary Jones wants a word with Baez.
It's quite possibly he put it on and he didn't see it. Joe singing along to Duke of Earl. Pressure's really getting to him.
Strike 2 on a curveball after he showed bunt.
Yeah, you know, he may have wanted him to bunt throughout the at bat. I don't think so. I think he was going to see if he could get a favorable count maybe jump on something early, but once Duke painted that first pitch fastball down and away, I think that's when they went to the bunt. Javi missed it, didn't see the sign, and then another good pitch on the breaking ball.
Good play by Rosario. Keep that ball in front of him. Wind still blowing it maybe harder than at any point tonight. Straight out to center. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Pulled in the air, left field. Coming on and making the grab is Moss. A basket catch for the first out.
For a moment there that ball might drop in, but Moss able to run under it.
Fowler batting right-handed. Oh for 5 tonight. And the pitch. Wide for a ball.
Odds are in his favor, aren't they? Nothing for 5.
This is still packed. Very few have left with the game nearing the 11 o'clock hour, but not many. It's low. 2-1. Duke has a sign, and it's 2-1 to Fowler. 3-1.
Broxton's ready to go out there in the Cardinal bullpen. Bryant is on deck.
Yeah, John Lackey's been standing out in the Cub bullpen for about a half hour. He started to get loose in the last half inning. They're loaded.
Well, what a great disciplined, mature approach by Fowler. Having a tough night, 0 for 5. You see where a guy might be a little antsy trying to do something heroic. But he was not going to go out of the zone.
Duke is one of 2 lefties in the Cardinal bullpen. Segrist used earlier. That's where the lefty-righty thing comes in handy, because while Bryant is coming up, Rizzo is on deck. So if Matheny were to go with a right-hander, even if he gets Bryant, he'll have to face Rizzo. Cardinals will play their infield in.
Proverbial rock in a hard place.
Yep. Not all the way in. They possibly could turn 2 if they get a hard hit grounder up the middle. Called strike to Bryant. You know, the very wild pitch is in play here at Wrigley Field, as it was twice on the last homestand.
Good point. Bryant has been one of the toughest men to double up in baseball this year.
Foul. 0-2. Winning run at third, Wilson Contreras. Cubs are 90 feet away from their 10th consecutive win. And a 13-game lead. The 0-2 got him. A huge strikeout for Duke on a curveball.
Chris usually pretty good about laying off that breaking ball. He got a little antsy here. Duke wins a big battle.
Well, you know, Anthony is thinking short. Just needs to get something to the outfield here. The blue pit will win it. Does not need to hit a grand slam in this spot. What happened to the C on his helmet?
It melted off.
Need to swing the bat. Anthony Rizzo right now looks like the guy from the old Stratomatic games on the cover. He couldn't put the logos on.
Anthony just 1 out of 9 in his career against Zach Duke.
2-1. There it is. Outside, 3-1.
Rizzo's been so good in these late game situations. See the big exhale by Duke.
Contreras, by the way, is 40 feet down the third base line. The pitch. Ball 4. Cubs win. Cubs win. They walk it off in the 11th. That's 10 in a row.
Zach Duke exasperated with Ron Kopel, the home plate umpire. He's got a beef. It was a pretty good looking pitch. But it's a walk-off walk for Anthony Rizzo. Boy, what a job by Mike Montgomery. 2 big innings out of that bullpen. Lackey does not have to come into this game. And a heartbreaker for the Cardinals, boy. They used a lot of resources in this ball game tonight. They won't have O for tomorrow and maybe not the next day.
Three-one pitch. That's where Anthony's standing right on top of the plate.
Yep, we see that a lot.
The advantage.
Yep, the umpire oftentimes influenced by where he is in the box. Sometimes it works against him off the plate away. Sometimes it works in his favor on the inside part.
Lots of options here for the toast of the game, which is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. We're going to give it to David Ross, defense and offense. Nearly hit a home run and that at bat, and then the 2-out bunt hit to give the Cubs the lead in the 6th. Binny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. Cubs win 4-3 and 2 in a row. Kelly Kroll chatting with Wilson Contreras.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you got that 11th inning started there, if you will, and then you watch Anthony Rizzo, a walk-off walk once again for this team. But gosh, Wilson, what's it like? 10 in a row tonight beating the Cardinals here.
I mean, I think we didn't think about win the game. We just trying to win the inning, like Joe Maddon said, like just trying to win the inning. And the big key, we never give up. We just gonna keep playing hard, and I'll be ready for everything.
Let's rewind a little bit and talk about Mike Montgomery there and the big out he had against Matt Carpenter. Walk us through that at bat and what you're looking for.
I mean, we were looking for a strikeout ground ball. He has a nice stuff. He's a really good guy with big experience. So I went out there and I talked to him and I said, you want to follow me and make your pitches. That we did.
I see you taking in the crowd right now. All of these people staying here till well past 11 o'clock to watch you guys beat the Cardinals tonight. Just your emotions as you continue on in this season for yourself, too.
I mean, I want to appreciate the crowd to stay here for us. And like I said before, I'll be here to do everything for my team and be the best.
All right, Wilson, enjoy this one more time. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
All right, there you guys go. Wilson Contreras, Cubs 10 in a row as they take the first from the Cardinals tonight.
Kelly, thank you. 13-game lead, and make sure you sleep fast. We'll be back here early tomorrow as well, and we're back on the CSN for Cubs baseball next Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Central. Cubs and the Brewers, Game 3 of the upcoming 4-game set. More to come on Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live. Stay with us.
Was a whole lot of fun. Cubs beat their arch rivals, the Redbirds, and they win it in walk-off fashion. Captain Holly with you. That pitch is close. I mean, you look at the box, and the box close. Looks like it's a strike.
Right.
But Rizzo is so on top of the plate that it might sell to the umpire.
Oh, no doubt about
that. It's a little inside, and it leads to a walk-off.
Well,
winner.
The Cardinals certainly stunned, but, I would put it on the Cardinals. Listen, they had opportunities in this ballgame to do more damage than they did. I mean, we were just talking about that 8th inning in which they had 4 hits, had 2 runners thrown out on the bases. So, you know what? The Cubs hang in there. Great bullpen tonight. Good starting pitching, some timely hitting. Yes, some missed opportunities on the bases, but, again, a good, gutsy win. And I'll say it, listen, they won 9 in a row coming into this one. You're playing great baseball. The Cardinals are coming into this series with some serious vengeance and some purpose. They've got to get back into this in the division, and they've got to fight in the wild card. You know, you could say that this would be a classic game where maybe the Cubs didn't have their game, but we saw it all tonight, man. That was a gutsy performance from just about every member of this team to go out and get a win.
The other thing was the Cardinals made some fundamental mistakes.
Yeah, they did.
Carlos Martinez doesn't back up home, which means he ends up cutting off a throw to the plate. And if he's not standing there in front of the mound where he's not supposed to be, and he's backing up the plate, probably, we never know for sure, right. Anthony Rizzo's out at home. He would have been clearly
completely agree. He was out of position, but regardless of whether he was out of position or not, he's got no business cutting that throw. You saw the reaction from Yadi Molina right there. He was furious, absolutely. So, I mean, again, that's where, and that's what's interesting about where the Cubs are and where the St. Louis Cardinals are this season. The Cubs have the huge lead in the division. There is an easiness that you get to play with, and at ease that you go into these games. Yeah, you're ready to play. Yes, there's an intensity and the butterfly effect that you have at the beginning of the ball game where you're excited and you're anticipating playing the Cardinals. But the Cardinals cannot give back games right now with where they're at in this division and where they are in the wild card standings, where the Cubs have earned their record right now, 31 games over 500. It does allow you at times to breathe a little easier, knowing that if there is a tough loss or a bad loss, that it doesn't put you in a position where, you're looking at the scoreboard and watching the standings right now.
As you said, we were walking out of the park last night. Heaven forbid they lose all 4 games to the Cardinals. Oh, my, you're still 8 up in the division.
Exactly right.
So, before we take our break,
boom, keep it going.
Cubs beat their arch rivals. They beat the Cardinals 4-3. We got a whole lot to do, so stick around. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cubs post-game live, coming up.
Clean food. Words you don't often hear. words we at Panera live by. Because clean food is food as it should be, with no artificial flavors, preservative sweeteners, and no colors from artificial sources. We think clean food tastes better, feels better, does better. 100% of our food will be clean by year's end. Every bite will be food as it should be.
I enlisted in the Army in 2005. I went to Iraq 3 times and Afghanistan once. She's the culprit that ripped our door off. 2,000-pound animal bumping into a steel door creates quite a bit of damage. Actually use the app, take pictures of it right there for USAA, and they take care of the rest. USAA is great about working with both active and separated military. I'm Josh Eilers, and I'm a USAA member for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the power of the human hand, the ability of a Lexus Master Craftsman to turn an ordinary experience into an extraordinary one. For a limited time, get some of the best offers of the year on our most refined vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 ES350 with zero due at signing for $419 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Wireless service is essential to our business.
T-Mobile's network has been amazing.
I save a lot of time using T-Mobile because I don't have to worry about the overages.
T-Mobile's actually come to us and said, we see what's going on in your business. Here's how we can help.
Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy for everyone in your business.
We went to T-Mobile, and we haven't looked back since.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota, discover more in a Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Let's go places. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.
Travis, by the way, is 40 feet down the third base line. The pitch. Ball 4. Cubs win. Cubs win. They walk it off in the 11th.
Ball 4.
Ball 4 gets you a victory. Yadi Molina with words for the umpire, as did Zach Duke. Neither man very pleased as the Cubs start singing with their fans and win it 4-11-0. Just a little bit better than 3-10-0 Cubs. 72-41, a season-high watermark of 31 games over 500, and they're now 13 up in the NL Central. Cap and Holly with you, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cubs postgame live. It was an electric environment. Right. The Cubs are playing their arch rivals, and yes, they had a big advantage in the division. Sure. But people are still excited when you beat the Cardinals.
Well, absolutely. I mean, even the Cubs players themselves were talking about what this series meant, going back to the last series when the St. Louis Cardinals showed up and stuck it to the Cubs. Absolutely right. So there's something there. Listen, this team does not lack motivation, despite the 30-game above 500 mark where they're at now, 31 games over. That's not what motivates these group. You talk about with Joe Madden separating the days, the winning and the losing. That's what this team does really, really well. Even for a young group, for the most part, they get into the moment. They certainly understand what the St. Louis Cardinals are looking to accomplish. They cannot be giving games back. The Cubs are going to stand in their way. This is not as simple as just giving games back or giving at bats away. Talk about it all game long, and I was kind of in your ear about it as these innings were wearing on and we got an extra innings. You were watching the at bats. The at bats were getting better. I know that they were grinding. Think Soler coming off the bench late, gets the ball in play, gets the slow roller down the line. I mean, those things do matter, and I think that they're really starting to understand as Cubs build innings that contact has value to it, and we've talked about it a lot with this group over the years where we've seen the strikeouts at times, but you're starting to see a little bit more contact at key spots.
A couple of other things we saw. Great hustle, Chris Bryant. Yes, be careful diving into first base. They'll get your hand stepped on. Soler busting his tail down the line on the little check swing or little bit of bunt. You had all those things going on. Guys just playing hard and doing the little things. Let's go to the 11th inning. Here's how it went down in the decisive inning that gave the Cubs this victory. Contreras, Soler, and Fowler are going to set the table for Rizzo. Now there's Wilson Contreras, and there's the base hit off Zach Duke that gets things started, and there is the leadoff man on. And now Soler hits the little dribbler, and they're not going to make a play on him, but it was so good to see him hustling right out of the box.
Well, and again, even how that at-bat broke down for me, he did expand his strike zone, but he was battling, fouling off some tough pitches. Zach Duke wasn't going to get away from low and away. He actually gets the ball in play and ends up with an infield hit.
And then you see the walk to Fowler. There's the walk to Rizzo. Watch Molina with some words for the home plate umpire. None too pleased. Game over, and the Cubs win it.
Well, and a big at-bat right there by Dexter Fowler. We knew that as that moment was setting itself up. Dexter not having the best of games tonight. He did line out one time, but 0 for 5 going into that at-bat. You know, we talk about this Cubs team and separating bad from good and how they just kind of do their best to live in the moment. Dexter Fowler stepped in with an opportunity to win a baseball game right there. It didn't expand his strike zone, didn't try to become the hero and do something with a pitch he couldn't handle, took the walk right there. That's not easy to do after going 0 for 5. You want to really come through in that moment, but if he wasn't disciplined like he was, it wouldn't have set the table for the walk.
The other thing that we haven't talked about yet, Carlos Martinez had a pitch count north of 100 in the 6th inning. So the Cubs did a good job grinding him and finally driving him from the ball game.
Well, and that will always be a key with the rest of the series, Cubs fans, knowing that the Cardinals have had issues in their bullpen this year. That's certainly something that you're playing to, talking about the pitch count and getting it up for their starters. Carlos Martinez has been their big go-to guy this year, but it would have been key, obviously was key again tonight, if you can get that pitch count up. It does play. The Cardinals have had issues in their bullpen this year, so you want to see those good, long, lengthy at-bats at the beginning of the ball game. The sooner you get in there, the more vulnerable they become.
All right, here's how they came back in this ball game. Cubs had runners in scoring position all night against Carlos Martinez. Couldn't break through. They finally do in a bizarre 6th inning. They score 3 runs in very unconventional fashion. All right, there is a leadoff hit, and they got a man on. Now Anthony Rizzo is up, and Rizzo is going to hit a ball to center field. It will drop, and you've got 2 men on in the 6th against Carlos Martinez. Now here's Jason Hayward with 2 outs. He keeps the inning alive with a little bit of a roller. They cannot make a play on it. That infield hit ends up loading the bases with 2 outs. He has been struggling mighty. Now, Chris Coughlin, have you ever seen this? He's asking for time. He's not even in the box. And Martinez pitches, and you can see at the end of the play.
And there's 90, you're absolutely right. But again, all in all, a good performance. 91 pitches. You probably could have sent him back out there for the 7th if you wanted to.
All right, first Cubs 10-game win streak since May 19 to June 2nd, 2001, when they won 12 consecutive. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that streak ended after Milwaukee. I think they won their 12th in Milwaukee and then lost their 13th, going for their 13th. They outscored opponents 46-20 during the streak.
20 runs.
3 of 4 walk-off wins this season have come during the 10-game win streak. The only other, Javi Baez on Mother's Day over the Nationals. The Cubs have hit home runs only 4 of 10 games during the win streak. That, for me, is huge because you feel like sometimes they rely too much on the long run.
That's absolutely true. I've made that point many times this season. But, you know, the outscoring the opponent 46-20 tells you. I mean, the offense has been good, but not great. 4.6 runs per game. But the 20, that's staggering. That explains how this is getting done. The starting pitching, the bullpen has been electric, and that's really it. I mean, you're putting yourself in a position to win every time. Think about it. Every time you're going out there, if you're only giving up 2 runs a game, wow. I mean, that's really getting it done on the mound. So credit where credit is due. Their pitching has done a lot of this. Some timely hitting, and to the point what we've seen during this 10-game winning streak, the fact that the home runs haven't been there, I think it is big. I mean, certainly we all love the homers, and nobody's going to complain when they come. But when you kind of get into one of these little, I'm not even going to call it a rut, you know, situational hitting, again, you see tonight, you had some great, you know, David Ross drops down the bunt. You had some big base hits that scored some runs, and I just think it's a great example. I think it's going to serve them well moving forward.
Hard to believe. 10 or more game win streak, not since way back at the start of this century. Time for a break here. Cubs Postgame Live presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Whole lot more to do. Be right back.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
When the sun goes down, I will lay in your arms tonight. Don't be are a lot of phone deals out there, but it's not a good deal if it's on a bad network. Right now, there's a really, really good deal at Verizon.
What kind of deal?
Up to 4 free phones.
Free?
That's right. And up to 4 lines, 16 gigs, all for only $150. And no surprise overages.
Sweet.
Yeah, I know. And it's all on America's best network. 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, 16 gigs, all for $150. Only on Verizon.
Did you hear that?
You've heard of a pack of wolves, the pride of lions, a murder of crows. Well, we call this a rumble of Dodges. When you call one, you call them all.
Get $3,500 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash or 0% APR for 60 months on the 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you.
Call Adolescent Growth today and see how our proven treatment programs for eating disorders can begin to bring the sunshine back in the life of your teen and your family.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
Why jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Why not? Chicagoland Skydiving Center was voted the best in the U.S. with a perfect safety record, a one-of-a-kind environment, and round-trip shuttle service from downtown Chicago. Come experience the greatest adventure in the area. Chicagoland Skydiving Center in Rochelle. Visit us at perfectlygoodairplane.com.
Simply use clothing or small household items at our resale shop. The Infant Welfare Society of Chicago, providing quality health care for Chicago's less fortunate children and women.
Now for our 4 seasons heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Who's hot and who's not? We're taking a look at the all-time good and bad in the Cubs-Cards rivalry. Who's hot? How about Derek Lee, our buddy? He was a Cards killer, hitting .341 with 21 bombs against St. Louis. Who's not? How about current Cardinals skipper Mike Matheny with just .240 in lifetime against the Cubs in 62 games? That's .240's not awful. I won't give him a brutal. All right, time for our UPS store taking care of business player of the game. It's Anthony Rizzo, our guy 2 for 5 with a triple and a game-winning walk with the bases loaded in the 11th. Here's the triple, and boy, you talking about picking him up and laying him down. Big fella, hauling the mail.
Yeah, you see him reading it right there. That's not an easy read, especially down in the right field corner. Trained to kind of pick up your third base coach there, but he took it upon himself to get it done. Nice base hit right there. Got things going with Chris Bryant right in front of him, stirring it all up, and then the quality at bat. That's the one thing, we talk about, Anthony being the elder statesman on this team, even though he's still a baby by definition. Puts together the quality at bat late in the ball game. How many times have we seen him just kind of wear a pitcher out late in the ball game, put together a, you're either going to groove me one or you're going to end up walking me right there. And again, another quality at bat, regardless of what we may think of whether that was in the strike zone or not. It's
all right,
walk off.
Quickly for our Honda winning box score. There you see Chris Bryant, 2 for 6. Dex had the big walk in the 11th inning. There's Rizzo, our player of the game, 2 for 5. Addison Russell and Hayward and Coughlin all had a hit. David Ross, a 2 for 4 night with that big bunt as well late. Double RBI, and John Lester did not get a hit. All right, breaking news for you from the Cardinals clubhouse. Matt Holliday has suffered a fractured right thumb after being hit in the ballgame. He is headed back to St. Louis. He was hit on a pitch by Mike Montgomery. You could see he was in obvious discomfort, came out of the ballgame, and he is going back to St. Louis. So we wish him all the best. We'll be right back on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. We'll get Holly's keys to the game next.
Cubs Postgame Live is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit mykiachicago.com to learn more.
Discover Kia's quality at the Top Quality Sales Event. We're celebrating with great deals on the sleek Optima and Optima Hybrid, as well as the Forte Sedan and Hatchback. Right now, get 0% APR for up to 66 months plus $1,000 bonus cash. Or 0 down, 0 due at signing, and 0 first month's payment on select models. Visit Kia.com to see how Kia Quality performed against the competition. The Kia Top Quality Sales Event.
Improve your vehicle's performance and efficiency with Valvoline Premium Conventional Motor Oil from Menards. Pick up a model now for just $2.97. Lucas Fuel Treatment improves fuel economy and allows your engine to operate at maximum efficiency. Get this 5 1/4 ounce bottle, which treats up to 25 gallons of fuel, only $2.99. Or get this 32-ounce bottle that treats up to 100 gallons of fuel, just $7.99. Find this and more during Menards Made in the USA sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Our mountains challenge us, push us back, knock us down, tell us it can't be done. But then, one day you reach the summit, and you realize the harder the climb, the better the reward. Coors Light, whatever your mountain, climb on.
It's Peyton. It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
You know, with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket, you can watch your favorite team no matter where you live, like Broncos or Colts.
Cool.
18, the old number. Ooh, I have got a coupon for that one.
It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV and watch live games anywhere.
Hey, honey. You remember to lock the Buick, right?
Of course I do. I'll never forget that.
The My Buick app, now available in every Buick.
You closed all the apartment windows, too.
Come on. Really?
Now current lessees, switch to Buick and get this low-mileage lease on this 2016 Encore for around $189 per month. Or pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get $750 purchase bonus cash on the 2016 Encore.
Cubs fans, show your team pride with Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card available only at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Hard to make that read sound the same all the time. Time for our Blue Cross Blue Shield key to tonight's ballgame. Holly Dog.
All right, well, listen, getting back to it, I'm not sure it really was the key the way this game played out. There were so many exciting things that happened after all the action, but drive it up. You know, this is the idea. Carlos Martinez coming into this one, he'd come off a rough start. The Atlanta Braves roughed him up. He shows at moments vulnerability. You see the walks at times, and again, that's something to keep an eye on in this series. I also think it applies as this series moves on. But for Carlos, again, if you could have gotten him out of there a little bit earlier, you want to get into that Cardinals bullpen that has had some issues this year.
All right, let's check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow's game 2. Good one, Jake Arrieta against Adam Wainwright. Couple of aces. Wainwright 9 and 6 with a .434. Arrieta coming up a gem of an outing, 8 scoreless innings in Oakland, and you see the numbers 13 and 5 with a .269. Holly, best of luck tomorrow with your knee surgery.
Thank
I'll
you.
see
I
you.
appreciate it.
All right, see you.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
To thrive in an ever-changing environment, companies must adapt. But one thing should remain constant: a financial relationship with someone that understands and cares about your business. PNC Corporate and Institutional Banking offers strategies tailored to your company's needs. Know that our dedicated teams of local experts offer insight to help you achieve your business objectives. See how working with PNC can help your company grow at pnc.com/ideas.
DirecTV is at it again with another so-called deal. With a $60 intro rate that jumps to over $100 after just 3 months, then shoots up to almost $200 after a year. The hits just keep on coming because you're locked into a 2-year contract that can cost up to $3,500. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Switch to an X1 Double Play from Comcast and lock in your rate for 2 full years. Call or go online today.
Jamie Foxx here for Verizon. Did you know Verizon has more than 3 times the 4G LTE coverage of Sprint?
And I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint. Pretty much the same coverage if you squint.
You are not Jamie Foxx. Sprint is last nationally in 4G LTE coverage.
Well, who's gonna know that?
What about the left side of the country, huh? This part of Texas, California, New York, etc.
Don't get fooled by cut-rate networks. Get the best. And now get up to 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, 4 lines, and 16 gigs for just $150. Only on Verizon.
I'm Anthony Rizzo, and you're watching the home for Cubs baseball, CSN Chicago, presented by State Farm.
Gets out of this, he might cartwheel off the field.
Base hit, how about that? Coughlin wasn't even ready. Here comes a throw to the plate. Rizzo safe. We're tied at 2.
You talk about an emergency hack. That was unbelievable.
Hey, welcome into SportsNet Central presented by CLR. I'm Sierra Santos. Another wild one at the friendly confines as the Cubs walk off once again. The Bears open up their preseason slate with a lackluster offensive showing. And we'll tell you when D. Rose will make his big return to Chicago. It's all ahead on SportsNet Central. Let's go.
To SportsNet Central, presented by CLR.
We begin with our top story. The Bears opened up their preseason with a lackluster showing at Soldier Field, losing 22-0 to the Broncos. Jay Cutler completed 3 of 4 passes, including 1 to each Alshon Jeffrey and Kevin White. But Denver racked up 344 total yards to just 130 for the Bears. Much more to come on the Bears in just a few minutes. And to baseball, an injury alert. Pedro Strop will miss the next 4 to 6 weeks after he tore the meniscus in his left knee Wednesday. He did it while sliding to field a ground ball. Strop will have surgery later today, and the reliever got pretty emotional knowing he'll be away from his teammates as they make the playoff push.
It was a horrible feeling. I was almost even crying. Let me say that to describe it right. I almost cried when I mean, just thinking that I might be out for the season. And I mean, this is like really a special group that I want to be part of in the playoff and a World Series if we get there.
It's never fun not having him around, but it could have been worse. We're going to get him back, and that's a good thing. So I haven't had a chance to speak with him yet. I knew he might have been hurt last night. You can never tell to what extent. It could have gone in any direction, obviously. So in some ways, we're lucky.
The Cubs entered Thursday with a 12-game lead in the Central Division, and a 4-game sweep of this Cardinals series could put their magic number down to 30 already. John Lester on the mound for the Cubs to start this one. The Cardinals get on the board first. Top of the first with runners on the corners. Yadier Molina hits one just past Anthony Rizzo. Matt Holliday scores, and very quickly it's 1-0 St. Louis. We go to the 6th. Cardinals add to their lead. Brandon Moss takes the Lester pitch deep to right center. And way out of here, his 19th of the year puts the Cardinals up 2-0. So bottom of the inning, Cubs rally with runners on first and second. Jason Hayward hits one to third, but Johnny Peralta can't make the play, so the Cubs load the bases with 2 outs. And then Chris Coughlin came to the plate.
Base hit, how about that? Coughlin wasn't even ready. Here comes a throw to the plate. Rizzo safe. We're tied at 2.
Coughlin's heads-up single ties the game, and Molina was not happy with Carlos Martinez, who cut off the throw from right, so the inning stays alive. Next batter is David Ross. He lays down the squeeze. Martinez's throw to first is off target. Jason Hayward scores to give the Cubs a 3-2 lead. After the inning, Martinez not happy and pulls a Sean Rodriguez by taking it out on the poor innocent cooler. The lead was short-lived, top of the 7th. Randall Grichuk, pinch hitting in his first game off the DL. Hits one deep to left and gone. Game tied at 3. A couple batters later, with the runner on first, Stephen Piscotty hits one to the wall and left. Matt Carpenter trying to score from first, but Addison Russell makes a great throw, and David Ross a great tag for the out. So we would go to extras. We're all tied up at 3. 11th inning, Cardinals load the bases with 2 outs, but Mike Montgomery gets Carpenter to strike out swinging. Game still tied at 3. Bottom of the 11th. Ex-Sox pitcher Zach Duke in. Cubs have the bases loaded with 2 outs with Rizzo at the plate.
The pitch. Ball 4. Cubs win. Cubs win. They walk it off in the 11th. That's 10 in a row.
Rizzo draws the bases loaded walk as the Cubs win their 10th in a row. 4-3 over the Cardinals in 11 innings.
You guys have cornered the market kind of on these crazy games. What's enabled you to win so many?
I guess just put Lack in the bullpen and let him warm up. I don't know. I mean, it's just a sign of a good team. I mean, we're the close games we grind out. That's definitely not the game I thought was going to happen tonight with the wind blowing out like it was. But you know, glad we came on top. So that's all that matters.
John, looking back, you mentioned the first time Lackey was in the bullpen. You haven't lost since before then. A lot of guys thought that game could propel you. It's been 10 in a row. Do you think it did?
I don't know. I mean, I think for teams that need momentum, yeah. I mean, I don't feel like we need momentum. I feel like we're just a really solid team. We play really good baseball every night. I mean, walk-offs are just fun. I mean, they're obviously you'd like to just kind of cruise into the 9th and let the back end of your bullpen do their job, but you know, the walk-offs are fun. You get to jump around, act like idiots for a little while, and you know, and celebrate it. So it's almost like you get to go to the playoffs, you know, and just a regular win. So it's fun, and we have enough fun. I don't think we need a walk-off win to add any more excitement to our clubhouse.
You've been on championship teams before. Is it part and parcel to the championship teams that never give up type thing going on each game?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like when you have a good team, you know, the guys like Carlos Martinez, who's pitching really, really well for them tonight. You know, all I'm trying to do is just keep our guys close enough to where we have a couple, you know, he makes a couple mistakes, we're right in it, and we were able to do that in the what was it, the bottom of the 6th there, and Cog had a great at bat. You know, Riz and KB get us started there, and you know, Cogs has a great at bat. I think he was calling time, trying to step out when Martinez was throwing the ball. So for him to do that and then hit a base hit to scores 2 is pretty impressive.
So the Cubs' winning streak now hits 10 games. It's their first streak of 10 wins or more since 2001. 3 of their 4 walk-off wins this season have come during this streak, and they've outscored their opponents by 26 runs. Now that's a good winning formula. For more on the Cubs win, we send it over to our Cubs post-game live crew of David Kaplan and Todd Hollinsworth.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. So, Holly, the Cubs get it done in that 11th inning. Some really good at-bats that we saw early in the game as they grind up the pitch count and drive it up on Carlos Martinez, and we see the same approach in the 11th.
Well, and I think that's the theme right now. When you watch what the offense has done, I said this to you yesterday, I feel like, I know that we're not talking about a lot of home runs right now. We're not seeing this, you know, barrage of day games and homers and 3 and 4 homers a game. They're capable of doing that too, but they're kind of grinding out these wins. You know, during the 10-game winning streak, 46 runs scored. That's not a huge number, 4.6 runs per game. That's good, not great. At the same time, the pitching has been great, but it's the way that they're putting these together, the way that they're building some innings. This is going to serve them well down the stretch and into the playoffs this year. There's no doubt about it. You've got to find a way. You can't be a team that is completely dependent on power, even though they've got it. You know, when you get to the good pitching and you get to the end, when those pitches matter and there's longer pauses between pitches, which we always see in the playoffs, you've got to be able to string some games together and some innings together where you create a run. Think about the 9th inning. You had one really good legitimate base hit in this thing, and you think back to Contreras getting this thing started. You got the Soler dribbler down the line. You had the walk, and then another walk. You got yourself a walk-off win right there.
You get yourself a walk-off win. The last pitch to Rizzo will look like it was in the box, but you'll take the call every time.
Right.
Now, I want to go back to Chris Coghlan in the 6th inning. Cubs are down 2-0 after a home run padded the Cardinal lead from 1 to 2 runs. Chris Coghlan is asking for time. Have you, in all your years, have you ever seen anything like this, or did you ever do this?
I've seen this before. It's happened. I mean, I've seen this turn into a base hit before. I've never seen it in the most pivotal moment in the game. As I said to you, Cappy, he throws a 98-mile-an-hour fastball right there. Cogs is not getting back into the at-bat right there. He's getting probably overmatched because, again, he wasn't ready to hit. He was able to get ready to hit because Carlos Martinez decided to throw a changeup right there. It was 82 miles an hour. Remember how hard he throws, about 95, 96, sometimes 99 to 100 when he rears back and lets it go. If he decided to go there, I think Cogs probably would have been in a little bit of trouble. But he hangs a changeup out over the plate, allows him to get back into the at-bat, and he sees it's elevated. It's the simplest thing, a BP fastball right there, and staying through it. So a good swing, and it ends up getting this thing tied.
All right, a 10-game winning streak. They haven't had one 10 or more since 2001. Have you ever been part of a 10-game win streak at the big league level? And what does that feel like? Because it's very rare.
I don't know. It's a great question. I'd have to go back and look. I really don't know the answer to that. I mean, I've certainly been part of some really good winning streaks and some teams that have been down on their luck that have come back and won ball games. But what I do know right now, I thought John Lester said it best. I think people look at, walk-off wins and 10-game winning streaks and think that there's some built-in momentum to what's going on right now. I really don't believe that that's the case. I think John's absolutely right. Now, momentum can be identified in a game when there's a big win and a team's playing maybe 500 ball and it leads them into a winning streak. But the way that they're going about it right now with the great starting pitching and the offensive support, I mean, this is who they are. That's what I'm identifying with right now. I said it's actually been more meaningful watching them now than back at the beginning of the year when we were watching the offense and we felt like we were having heroic moments. Guys with big games, 4 RBI games. Right now, you look at the box scores, you're seeing 2 for 5s and 2 for 6s. With some RBI base hits, sack bunts, sack flies, and quality at-bats. I think that will serve them well as we move forward. And again, it's been fun to watch. But again, I really do believe that what you're seeing right now is the team that we're going to see push towards the playoffs.
Funny that you say that because Anthony Rizzo said yesterday in the clubhouse, he's like, look, we're doing nothing different than we did in late June and July when we lost, except we're winning. He said we show up every day, same process, same workout and preparation.
I'll add one more thing to that. The defense has been outstanding during this 10-game winning streak. It has been, I mean, you saw it with Coghlan tonight. You saw it on a couple plays on the infield. Baez caught a line drive. But that is the other thing. Back during the losing streak, they were a little shady defense.
And by the way, breaking news from the Cardinal locker room. Matt Holliday, who was hit by a pitch by Mike Montgomery, has fractured his thumb. He is going back to St. Louis for treatment, so he will not be with the club. Now, Cubs win. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's go back to Sierra.
Our Bears training camp coverage is presented by Apt, electronics, appliances, and more. It seemed highly doubtful Alshon Jeffrey would make an appearance in the Bears preseason opener. After all, a mild hamstring strain had kept the wideout from participating in a full practice for 10 days. But hours before kickoff, he sent a text to ESPN's Josina Anderson saying he was going to give it a go against the reigning Super Bowl champs. So the Bears won the toss and deferred, so Mark Sanchez and the Broncos began the game on offense. Opening drives, Sanchez marched Denver down the field on 3rd and long from 32. Sanchez fires towards the end zone. Demarius Thomas gets behind corner Bryce Callahan. Opening drive points for the Broncos, 7-zip. So how would the Bears fare on their first possession? Jay Cutler from his own 33. He connects with Alshon Jeffrey on an in route. Jeffrey with good power to muscle his way past the 6 for a first down. Alshon with just the one catch in the game. Very next snap, Cutler from the gun. He fires to Kevin White on a quick receiver screen. A gain of just 3 yards. And that would be White's lone target of the evening. The Bears managed just 1 first down under Cutler. So after a Bears punt, Sanchez had the ball just shy of midfield. Off the play-action rollout, he throws on the run into traffic, and it's Callahan tipping the pass right in the hands of free agent signing Jarrell Freeman. The second-year defensive back makes up for their surrendering the touchdown by causing a takeaway. The Bears keep it a one-score game. Late in the first, Denver with the ball again. Leonard Floyd did a nice job causing pressure and getting into the backfield all night. Here he interrupts Sanchez's timing to help prevent a deep first down throw. No sacks for Floyd, but he did record a pair of tackles in his NFL debut. Second quarter, former Northwestern quarterback Trevor Siemian now in under center for Denver. Third down and short inside the Bears red zone. Siemian looking for Jordan Taylor in the end zone. But rookie corner DeAndre Hall swats the pass away. The fourth rounder showing good hands to prevent the catch. Denver would settle for 3. Now just before halftime, after a Bears 3-and-out, Pat O'Donnell trotted onto the field to punt from deep in his own territory, but Denver's Benny Fowler gets a hand on the punt. Zaire Anderson recovers the loose ball in the end zone for a Broncos touchdown. A mistake-filled evening for the home team. Overall, not a whole lot of positives to take away from the preseason opener as the defending champs blank the Bears 22-0. Kip Lewis has your press pass to Soldier Field.
It was not pretty, and certainly not the performance the Bears expected. Jay Cutler and Brian Hoyer were sacked a total of 5 times in just the first half, adding to the already existing concerns about the offensive line that has the depth of a kiddie pool.
I mean, I don't think you want to hit the panic button. I mean, like you said, it's the first preseason game, but there is a lot for us to get better. I mean, we're going to look at the film, and we're going to see some good. We're going to see some things we missed, and you know, it starts with me, the offense, and everyone else involved.
We didn't execute it as well as we need to, or as well as we should have. You know, part of it's recognition, getting it communicated, and we didn't do that as well as we should have.
I mean, it wasn't exactly what we expected. It's things that we obviously got to work on, and you know, we got to gel together as a unit. Each unit, offensive unit out there on the field, but you know, get back to practice and get things corrected. We'll be okay.
Kevin White missed all of his 2015 rookie season with that shin injury, so finally getting to make his Bears NFL preseason was a positive sign, even though it was an abbreviated outing resulting in just one 3-yard catch.
It felt good. Kind of wasn't a big deal, really, but it's good to be back with the team.
Why wasn't it a big deal?
I don't know. I guess it was a bigger deal for me going through camp, but it just felt normal.
He's an explosive guy. I mean, you can see he's a physical specimen. So just finding ways to get him the ball in space and kind of let him catch and run and, you know, use that speed and that burst he's got.
This year's first-round pick Leonard Floyd saw a little bit more action. The outside linebacker got his first taste of NFL action with some positive and not so positive results.
Yeah, I was expecting to be like this. Way different from college. It's just I just felt fun and happy. I learned it's a long game, and you can't get a sack every play.
With the Bears at Soldier Field, Kip Lewis, Comcast SportsNet.
Much more to come on SportsNet Central. We'll head back to Soldier Field and hear from Jay Cutler after a rough showing from the first-team offense. The White Sox look for a series split in Kansas City, but how would they fare after their starter exited early? And the Bulls unveil their schedule for the 2016-17 season. We'll show you all the key dates to circle on your calendar when SportsNet Central returns.
Bears training camp coverage is presented by Apt, appliances, electronics, and more, pleasing people since 1936.
Do you have too many bills but not enough money? Would you like one lower payment for all debt, little or no money down? I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Our Chapter 13 plans stop collections and creditors in one day for as low as $95 every 2 weeks. Get rid of bill collectors and high car payments. Get one lower payment today. Call or click now.
When you need to be debt-free, call 1-800-CALL-PFG. That's 1-800-CALL-PFG.
The best things in life are free.
Choose excitement.
But you can give them to
Choose action. Choose Hollywood Casinos and you've already won. 2 Chicagoland locations with more of the games you want, more of the generous rewards you deserve, and celebrations that shine all night. That's the kind of star power that can take you places. Hollywood Casino, Aurora, and Joliet. There's no place like Hollywood.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor. Available at O'Reilly Auto, Home Depot, Pep Boys, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Go inside the lives of Chicago's biggest sports stars. Only on Inside Look, presented by Cadillac. Your questions answered.
In this business, you want to compete for championships.
Idols revisited.
They've supported this organization for so many years.
And the stories behind the headlines revealed.
It's a special journey and it's a great story.
Catch a new interview every month with Inside Look on Comcast SportsNet. Visit csnchicago.com for listings.
Line drive center field. Come on. Can't get it. Ball game over.
Well, when you're struggling at the plate, the one pitch you can hit is down and in. And all he did was drop the head of the bat on the ball and hit it right back up the middle.
Losing in 14 innings, that's disappointing. Back-to-back extra inning games, that's taxing. But even more frustrating, a starting pitcher putting his team in great position to win after pitching 7 scoreless innings, which is exactly what Jose Quintana did, coming oh so close to finally reaching 10 wins for the first time in his career. But the king of no decisions unwillingly retained his throne, and it was up to his teammates to split the series on Thursday. White Sox and Royals tied for 3rd in the Central going into the rubber match. Miguel Gonzalez exited the game in the 2nd inning after throwing a pitch. He was checked out by the medical staff. The injury was ruled a right groin strain, and he's going to be heading to the DL. Michael Inoa came in for Gonzalez, and with 2 runners in scoring position, he strikes out Raul Mondesi to get out of the jam. Inoa pitched 3 scoreless innings of relief. Bottom 6, Carson Fulmer on the bump now. After a Royals triple tied the game at 1, Eric Hosmer pokes a single into left for the go-ahead RBI. Royals lead 2-1. Top 9. Sox with a tying run at the plate, but Deanna Navarro strikes out on a check swing. Danny Duffy struck out 6 in his first career complete game. Royals win this one 2-1. The White Sox are back in action later today, and we'll have the game for you right here on Comcast SportsNet. Carlos Rodon takes the hill in Miami against Andrew Kashner and the Marlins. First pitch is just after 6 o'clock, and stick around after the final out for White Sox Postgame Live with Chuck Garfien and Bill Milton. And to the hardwood, where the Bulls' regular season schedule was released on Thursday. They tip off the season October 27th, hosting the Celtics. On November 4th, Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, and the Knicks will be at the United Center. Then on November 10th, Dwayne Wade makes his return to Miami. The Bulls will host the defending champion Cavs for the first time December 2nd. And much more to come on SportsNet Central. Michael Phelps tries to set yet another Olympic record in Rio. Highlights from the pool are next when SportsNet Central returns.
This rusty mess isn't going anywhere. Don't trust it to just any cleaner. Trust CLR. CLR makes quick work of the toughest jobs, dissolving crusty white buildup so your shower runs like new. CLR cuts through hard water buildup and helps keep your washer running clean. CLR also earned the EPA's Safer Choice seal, so it's safer for your family. Trust the power of the CLR family and trust your clean to CLR. CLR is available at these fine retailers.
Award-winning interface. Award-winning design. Award-winning engine. The Volvo XC90, the most awarded SUV of the century.
Recent medical studies have shown that the use of talcum powder can cause ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Call right now to determine if you may qualify. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-661-5102. That's 1-800-661-5102.
Blitz coming, and they get to Jay Cutler. Second sack of the game.
The Bears struggled in their preseason opener, losing 22-0 to the Broncos. The offense surrendered 7 sacks and only gained 130 total yards. And Jay Cutler acknowledged there's still a long way to go.
Well, we need to get better, and it starts with everybody. It starts with me. So we'll take a look at it. Limited amount of plays we're in, and look at it. I think we're off tomorrow, so Saturday, and we'll assess what we did good and bad, and we'll try to get better.
Obviously, I was disappointed personally. I think our team was disappointed. We were expecting more. I don't know that we executed as well as any of us expected. It is preseason. You don't game plan. It's pretty basic, but there's definitely some room for improvement.
With so much attention around his bevy of gold medals, Michael Phelps had the chance to become the first swimmer to win the 200-meter individual medley 4 times. He only had to get by his teammate, Ryan Lochte. A combined 37 Olympic medals between this pair of American swimmers, 25 belonging to Phelps. It's Lochte who leads the pack early, but on the final turn, Phelps takes over, and he won't let up. He pulls away from everyone and crushes the competition by a body length.